was just full. Hi! So sorry, that took me a little bit of time to get in. I think it was a bit of an issue with Safari, and I should have used Google Chrome. And I've been Zooming and Googling and YouTubing for a year now with all this lockdown, and I still haven't got the hang of it. But here we are at last. Thank you for waiting patiently. Oh, look, we've got Yaya in the background poking her head. Give him a wave, Yaya. So that's my mum. She's a Yaya. She's not my Yaya. She's my niece and nephew's Yaya, and she's a big part of Callie and Jimmy. So she's going to come and join us too. So hi everyone. It's publication day for Callie and Jimmy's Twintastic. It's great to see lots of you there in the chat box. I can see. Let's say hello. Who said hi already in the chat box? Hi to Chloe and Amy and the Coles. Hi to Manat. Hello to the Murphins, so Anna May and Daniel. It's great to see you out there. Hello to Pragnia. Hello to I think we got Mohammed, maybe Leanne, maybe Lena out there. If I can only see whoever's name is typed in, so if you want me to call you by your name, you might need to change the username for me. Muria's there. Hi Muria, as the gameator. Hi to Dominic, big inspiration for Jimmy. Hi to Manat, we said hi. And hi to Adash. Great to see you out there, Adash. And Mick. Hey, It's Mick? I don't know if I know who It's Mick is. You might have to tell me what your actual name is and how I know you. Have I been to see you at your school maybe? Who else is out there? We've got Lena, my cousin from Cyprus. Hello, Lena. Yasu. We might have to read a bit of our Cyprus story. How fantastic. We've got, I think, Priya, Pragnia. Wow, all here to celebrate with Callie and Jimmy. And if you're local and you're not all the way in Cyprus, we're hoping that when the bookshops open on the 17th of April, as long as it's not raining, I'll be outside the Alligator's Mouth bookshop in Richmond. So if you get yourself a book online or you want to wait until the 17th to buy a book from the Alligator's Mouth, you can come and see me there and I'll sign it personally for you. So here we are celebrating the launch of Callie and Jimmy Twintastic. It's here. It's fantastic. And we've got Millie and Fred and Lisa. How great to see you too. We got Giothi there. Hi to Giothi. Oh, it's so lovely for you to come and for me to see you joining me here. I'm sorry we're not on Zoom and I can't see you all. I just wasn't quite sure on the numbers. So we'll keep it YouTube today so we can record it as well and we can get back to it if we need to. So let me tell you a bit about Callie and Jimmy Twintastic. I wonder how many of you have read the first book in the series. Big thumbs up if you have. So we had Twins in Trouble, which came out in September, and there were 4 stories in the book, which you can see from the blurb. I can see lots of you saying you've all, Pragnia's read it. Lots of you have read it if I've been to visit you in your school. And since then, we've written Twintastic, which is another 4 adventures for Callie and Jimmy. So we've got the TTT Twins, which is all about those collector cards. When I was a teacher at school, Pokemon were all the rage. I think at the moment, people quite like to collect the Lego cards and the, what other cards do we collect? Match Attacks. Anyone else collect any cards like that? Well, I invented a series of cards for the story that are called Mega Mash Machines cards. And they're all about different robots with different special powers. And there's an extra special one called the TTT. I did read to you from this on World Book Day. So if you came to the World Book Day YouTube screening, you might know a bit about the TTT already. It stands for Tectronic Titan Trasher. And it's a really rare card. And Callie's best friend, Aisha, finds the card. And It's everybody wants to see it. Everybody wants to have a look, and unfortunately, that card goes missing at school, and they have to uncover the thief. So I won't read to you from that story today because I did read from it last time. So you can find the video from World Book Day in March and watch that one if you want a bit of a taster about the TTT story. What other story have we got? Trick or Treat Twins. They have a lot of Halloween fun with their yeah. So we've got yeah. We've got my mum, Kula. Give us a wave, Kula. Say hi, because Lena's out there. Hi. And Lena's mum, my auntie Avier, is also Yaya is a little bit based on my auntie Avier, and so the Yaya in the book looks a bit like my mum, and she looks a bit like auntie Avier, although she's a slightly different combination of all the Yayas that we know and love, all the grandmas. So we'll meet Yaya in a little while. So yes, with the Trick or Treat Twins, Yaya has all these funny superstitions that she tells the children about. I might read you, although we're a bit of a long way off from Halloween, I might read you a taster from that because Yaya's quite funny in that story. Twintastic Twins is Sports Day, so that's quite a topical one for now. It's a nice summer story, and summer is coming, and hopefully now we're back at school, you might get a bit of a sports day to do, a bit of sports day fun. So I might read a little bit from there too. And the last story, Travelling Twins, they get to go to Cyprus. They go back to the Yaya's village where she came from, which is Deftera, which is actually where my mum, Yaya Kula, does come from. And we go to stay at a house that's inspired a bit by our friend Lulla. So that's what's on the front cover. They go to the beach, and that's why they're in their swimsuits. And Callie's got like a big pink rubber ring. It's actually one of those flamingo ones. And there's a dog, Harry the dog. He's their cousin's dog, and he's based on our friend Lulla's dog, who was called Vasilis. So he's been a bit immortalized in the book. So I thought I'll read you a little bit from each story. So I'll read you the introduction to the Sports Day story because it tells us quite a lot about Callie and Jimmy's characters. So if I read you the introduction to that, Twintastic Twins, that might give you, if some of you don't know much about Callie and Jimmy yet, it'll give you a little taster of it. It's Mick, you said, when does it start? I'm not sure. When does what start? Can you ask me again in a bit more detail? Callie's friend has the TTT card, but it gets lost. Somebody knows a bit about that story already. Lots of you put thumbs up and have said you're excited. So as I read, if you relate to Callie and Jimmy in any way, tell me what you think as I'm reading. This one, I won't get quite stuck into the story, just a little introduction to them. So this is the Sports Day story, Twintastic Twins. If there's one thing my twin Jimmy is better at than me, it's sport. I'm pretty much better than Jimmy at everything else. I know that sounds big-headed, but it's true. Especially when it comes to learning and all that. I'm on the top table. Jimmy has to have Miss Loretta to stop him mucking about all the time, or to help him focus, as the grown-ups like to call it. I know it's not his fault, really. He has ADHD, and that can be awful for him. It's like his head is racing away all over the place at 1,000,000 miles a minute, and he can't sit still, which makes it very hard for him to concentrate. So when it comes to reading, writing and maths, it's really tiring for him to try and keep up with everything. And you should see it whenever there's a test or the school reports come out. It's a nightmare. Most people are kind to Jimmy about it, but he knows he's the worst out of everybody in the whole class. And it doesn't help when some kids like Mitch Moran laugh at him and call him Dimmy. The grown-ups are all very careful with Jimmy, giving him a zillion house points if he manages to get even a few things right. And deep down, I know that's nice, but it doesn't feel all that fair when I get the top scores and Mum and Yaya never make a big deal of it or remember even to congratulate me in case Jimmy gets upset. But Jimmy is definitely the best at sport out of the two of us, 100%, especially when it comes to running. that's when he gets to really put his hyperness to use. I'm not really allowed to use the word hyper. The grown-ups say there are kinder words for that too. We're supposed to say lively. Anyway, his extra energy gives him a proper head start when it comes to being fast. And he's better than everyone, really. And that's why he's better than me. All except for Mitch Moran, who's just that bit faster than Jimmy whenever we do races. Which is a shame, because it'd be nice to see Jimmy come top in something, just once. He might be annoying, but he's still my brother. So what happens in Twintastic is they have to collect these tokens from cereal packets. I think you might have had to do that with your schools, where you can win sports equipment by collecting tokens. But the school in the whole country that collects the very most tokens gets to win a sports car to come and join their sports day. And when I was a teacher at school, that really happened. Some people ask me, where do I get my ideas from? And a lot of my ideas do come from real life. And we won a sports star called Colin Jackson. He was an Olympic hurdler. I don't know if any of you know Colin Jackson. Your parents might know him. He still sometimes features on celebrity things like Dancing on Ice. So we had Colin Jackson come to our school when I worked at a school in Lambeth. And in this book, because I'm from near Brentford and Isleworth, that area, I based the sports star. They get to win a sports star called Yusuf Karubo. And I based him on, can anyone guess? A local sports star. He went to Isleworth and Science School and he was really good in the Olympics. The Coles know that Colin Jackson was a 110-metre hurdles star. And this guy, Karubo, I've based him on a more long-distance runner who did really well in the Olympics when we held them here in London. And he went to Isleworth and Science School. Anyone know? Well done, the Coles again. Mo Farah. Anyone heard of Mo Farah? So I based this character on Mo Farah, and they got this runner to come to their sports day. And it's all about Callie and Jimmy at sports day and how Jimmy gets a chance to shine because he's really good at running. Now, and you can read that story and enjoy that later when you get a copy of the book. I've also just recorded this book for Audible. So I think in May, if you're a subscriber to Audible, you may be able to listen to the story and read along with a book if you like, or just listen to it in the car if you're on a boring long car journey. Let's go to Cyprus now. Or let's do the journey to Cyprus. So this is a travelling twin story. What I really like about Katie Keir, the illustrator, so big up to Katie Keir, fantastic. She brings everything to life with her drawings and adds all the humour. What I really liked about Katie Keir is I think, because she reads the stories, she doesn't get any ideas from me except from just reading the stories. And she reads them so thoughtfully that when her pictures come back to me, they're so accurate and I hardly want to change anything about them. And I think she really researched Cyprus when she wrote this story, because the airport, this is them getting off the aeroplane at Larnaca Airport. It really looks like Larnaca Airport to me, with the mountains in the background and the dusty ground. It's not like Heathrow Airport, and you climb out the stairs straight onto the tarmac, and there's this amazing feeling when the warm air rushes at you. Where else did we go to in Cyprus? The village of Deftera. Harry's playing in the yards chasing the chickens. And sorry, that was Jimmy. And this is Harry the dog. And just all the stone and the ground. There's a donkey, there's a lizard, there's a cicada. There's lots of little details. It just really feels like Cyprus from the illustrations. I was really happy with what Katie Keir did there. And then they go to Cyprus. Oh, there's a terrible incident. This was a true story as well. This happened in the mountains where my granny was from. There was a scorpion in the bathroom. And when we turned the taps on, it was in the sink. When we turned the taps on, I swear that scorpion grew 5 times bigger. It was terrifying. And so in this story, we've got the scorpion in the Uncle Nigos's bathroom. Bapunigos, sorry. There's Bapunigos, and he's trying to poke the scorpion with his stick. And Callie and Jimmy are terrified. And there's Yaya and Bapunigos. They're not so scared. They're a bit more used to these things. Hi, Kimran. Hi to you too. Great to see you. The Coles say you can buy it from Amazon on the 17th of April. So you can buy it from Amazon now or anywhere online. It's for sale right now. But yes, if you want to get it from a bookshop, bookshops I think are opening on the 12th. And I'll be at the Alligator's Mouth on the 17th of April. That's right. Thanks for that comment. And just looking back at your comments before I read a bit more, the Coles are reminding us there's a golden post box outside Isleworth Post Office, because during the London 2012 Olympics, I think it was, where we hosted the Olympics, if a GB athlete won a gold medal, they would paint a post box gold in the town that they're from. So because Mo Farah is from Brentford and Isleworth and went to school at Isleworth and Sion, they painted the post box outside the post office in Isleworth. They painted that gold, and it's still gold. You can go and see that. So if you wonder where why that, if you want to go and find that gold post box, it's still there. And if you wonder why it's gold, that's why. Yes, I can see Gio, I think that's Giothi, asking where to buy it. So we just explained it's available on all online outlets from now. But also you could come and see me at the Alligator's Mouth bookshop on the 17th of April. I'll send a notice about that with our broadcast list that I've been telling you, sharing news with you on. So let's go to Cyprus. Well, actually, before we go to Cyprus, can you imagine what the aeroplane ride is like, especially with Jimmy on the aeroplane? Have any of you been on an aeroplane before? Callie's really excited because it's the first time she ever gets to go on an aeroplane. But unfortunately, it doesn't turn out to be much fun for Callie because she gets quite travel sick. I get like that too. So Callie's a little bit like me there. And also, Jimmy is really annoying on the aeroplane, fiddling with everything. Yaya doesn't seem to mind. She sleeps all the way through. There's catching flies. And there's Callie not feeling very well. And there's Jimmy going, oh, Callie, she's puking again. It's a bit gross, isn't it? So shall we see how annoying Jimmy is on the aeroplane? And also when he gets off the aeroplane, he does something really naughty. So I'll read you that because that's quite fun. Let's see. Callie says, I thought I was going to enjoy being on an aeroplane, but the journey was a nightmare because I was travel sick the whole way. Mum had to keep holding paper bags over my face, and it didn't help that Jimmy kept shaming me by letting the entire plane know about it. Callie's spewing again. He might as well have got the air stewards to announce it over the loudspeaker. He also fidgeted with absolutely anything he could find, opening and closing the little fold-up tray. There he is doing that. Flicking the seatbelt buckle up and down. There he is doing that. Shuffling through all the magazines. Getting up about 50 billion times to go to the toilet so he could muck about with all the mini compartments in there as well, no doubt. There he is, sneaking off to the toilet. And whenever the trolley went past, he'd pester Mum to buy him something off it. There he is going, Mum, buy us something off the trolley. What would you get your mum to buy you? Maybe one of those miniature aeroplanes or some sweets. Jimmy's not allowed too many sweets. They make him go a bit hyper. Will you just give us a break, Jimmy? I groaned. You're making me feel even more sick. Poor Mum. Between mopping up my puke and trying to keep Jimmy in his seat, I think she found the plane ride really hard. I'm beginning to think your dad had the right idea sticking with good old Cornwall, she said. That was one of the first times she said something positive about Dad in a long time. It was the only good thing about that plane journey. Yeah, in the background's chuckling away. I wonder if any of you are chuckling. Yaya slept all the way through it, with her seat tilted back and her mouth open as if she was catching flies. There's another one of Katie Keir's drawings. We love Katie Keir. I'm so lucky that Andersen Press chose her to illustrate the book. She was just the best illustrator. I'm so proud of the drawings. At one point, Yaya snored a bit loudly and woke herself up. She looked around all surprised for a moment and then went back to sleep again. Oh, it's great having Kula here in the background. She's chuckling away. It's nice to have some company in lockdown. Me and my mum are in a bubble, you see. We look after each other during this pandemic. It was such a relief when we landed. Stepping off onto the metal staircase, I felt a rush of warm air hit my face. I breathed it in, the smell of a different country. Dawn was just breaking and the giant orange sun was rising in the sky. Wow, said Jimmy. How comes everything's shimmering, Mum? That's the heat, and it's only first thing in the morning. Just you wait till it gets to the middle of the day. 40 degrees, you know. If you've been to anywhere like Dubai, Cyprus has got quite a similar climate. It gets very, very hot in the summer. Has a lovely spring, though, very luscious in the springtime. Auntie Maria and Uncle Costas were waiting for us, smiling through the glass wall that divided the arrivals room from the way out. There they are! Yasu! Yasu! Said Yaya, waving her arms off. She was wide awake now. Can you see Auntie Maria and Uncle Costas waving through the windows there? There they are, and they're coming off the plane, all happy. But what does Jimmy do next when they go to collect the luggage? Can you guess? Hi, Andia. Nice to see you as well. Thanks for saying hi. The Shriver Starvers have asked, is Jimmy going to puke all over Callie? Thankfully not. Kept it contained in a bag. Priyesh says he's literally laughing to death. I do like how Callie and Jimmy make people laugh. Books are meant to be fun, aren't they? And these were meant to be funny. And they're warm as well, these books. Because even though Callie says Jimmy's annoying, she really loves him and they are kind to each other. And there's lots of lovely family moments in this book because the family is really important in this story. But look what Jimmy does now. We had to wait for our suitcases by this big conveyor belt thing that spiralled round the arrivals room. Do they come out through that flappy door over there? I asked. I hope so, said Yaya. Just then, the belt began to move, snaking around the room. What do you think Jimmy does? The Shriver Starvers have said, will Jimmy break half the luggage? Well, you know those carousels that roll round and round and the bags come out on them? What do you think Jimmy might do now it's started moving? Shall we see? Just then, Jimmy gets on the belt. He's going to sit on it. I think Jimmy will climb onto it. I think you're very good at predicting Jimmy's antics, aren't you? Let's have a look. Well done to all of you who guessed that. Well done, Ardia. I'll try to remember that that's you on there. Cool, cried Jimmy. And before anyone could stop him, he jumped on it and was riding it like a surfboard. What are you doing, Jimmy? Get off there now, yelled Mum. A red light started flashing on a pole on the middle of the machine and a siren blared. Jimmy lost his balance and landed on his bottom. I can't, he panicked. Worse still, Jimmy was heading for one of those flappy doors. It was going to swallow him up. Where did it lead to? Help! Help! Shouted Jimmy. And there he is. And there's Yaya in a terrible panic. Look at the stress he causes Yaya all the time. Poor Yaya. Naughty Jimmy. Exactly. Oh no. Yaya was throwing her arms up in the air crying, Manamu, Manamu. Luckily, a big man at the end of the carousel yanked Jimmy up by the belt of his shorts and lifted him off. We all went rushing over. Mum clipped Jimmy round the ear. You silly boy. What on earth were you thinking? That's Jimmy's problem. He doesn't think. And that's Jimmy all over. Yeah, it is funny, isn't it? Oh no, Jimmy will be turned into a suitcase, says Adia. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Luckily, he got saved, but I don't think he was very popular with the people who worked at the airport. And then just to finish off our little celebration, to give you a little taste of each story. I know we're quite a far way off from Halloween, but I thought I'd read you a little bit from the Halloween story. There's Yaya joining in the fun. So Callie's dressed up as one of those Day of the Dead characters. Jimmy likes to dress up as a werewolf because it gives him an excuse to be as wild as he likes. And there's Yaya with her mask on, saying boo. She doesn't just get caught up in the mayhem. She actually quite likes to join in with it. So, Adia, you can relate a little bit to Jimmy. So even if you have ADHD or autism, there's many special qualities and things and talents that you have and other things that you can do. Jimmy's really popular. He's really good at lots of things. He's very creative. He's funny. He's really good at ideas. And in the third book that I've just written called Twins Together, that's not out till January, he sets up a shop in his front garden to sell things for charity. And he's quite the entrepreneur. So it's nice to be able to relate to characters like with certain differences about them, because everybody is different. And that's just something about Jimmy. He has ADHD. He doesn't have autism like you say you have, Adia, but he's... or is it Adia's twin? I think it might be. But he has ADHD, which does make things challenging for him. But we celebrate all the things Jimmy's good at as well. So let's have a little bit about the Halloween story. This is before the main event of the story where they go trick-or-treating. This is when Jimmy's waiting to go trick-or-treating before it gets dark. A few weeks later, when it finally got to the actual day of Halloween, Jimmy was beside himself with excitement. After school, we got straight into our costumes, ready for trick-or-treating. Jimmy was being extra annoying because he couldn't wait to go out. Why do we have to wait until dark? He said, hopping up and down at the window. Because that's when spooky stuff goes on, isn't it? When have you ever seen a horror movie that happens in broad daylight? When have you ever seen a horror movie ever, anyway? You're such a wimp, you can't even watch Goosebumps without hiding behind a pillow. But before it could turn into a full-blown argument, Yaya poked her head round the living room door, wearing her scream mask, and said, boo! And we all cracked up. Oh, you're quite the money maker too, like Jimmy. Well done. How about we play some Halloween games until it gets dark? I suggested. Yeah, we could do apple bobbing, said Jimmy. No way, I said, remembering what happened last year when Jimmy dunked my head right into the washing up bowl and almost drowned me. I'm not falling for that one again. And anyway, it would ruin my makeup. I'd done my own Day of the Dead face paint design, and I don't want to sound big-headed or anything, but I think I did a really amazingly artistic job of it. You always have to be such a spoil sport, Callie. What else are we supposed to play on Halloween? Said Jimmy. You want to play scare game? I show you Greek people scare game, said Yaya. And she went over to search through her basket where she keeps her knitting and her prayer beads and all her other bits and bobs. She pulled out a large, flat, round ornament with a leather string for hanging it up with. It was made of blue glass and had a white circle with a black dot in the middle of it. There it is. And I've actually bought some for book launch day. And they're key rings, but you can get them as necklaces, key rings, things to hang on the wall. So if you come to the Alligator's Mouth on the 17th, I've got these as gifts to give to you. They're meant to protect you from evil spirits, and they're meant to protect you from negativity if anyone's trying to give you the evil eye. They bring you good luck and protect you from that negativity. You might have seen these if you've gone on holiday anywhere in the Mediterranean, or even in Arabic countries like Egypt or Turkey. You might have seen these, but we have them a lot in Cyprus. They're called the Mahdi. Mahdi means eye. Sometimes people call these the evil eye, but they're actually to ward off the evil eye. So I've got some of these for you if you want to come and see me for one on the 17th at the Alligator's Mouth. I've got those to give out because usually we'd have a party on book launch day where we might have drinks and sweets and crisps together. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we can't have a full-on party. We can only do queuing up outside and things like that at the moment. So I thought as a bit of a treat, we need to have something to celebrate. So we've got these good luck charms called the Maddie. So Yaya says, if we are to play scare game first, we must to have this. This is the Maddie. In English, it say evil eye. We hang these things on wall for keep away evil spirit. We play game to see if you have curse of evil eye on you. Yes? That evil eye thing gave me the shivers. I meant like fun Halloween games, Yaya, I said. Always such a chicken, Callie, said Jimmy. So tell us, Yaya, how do you know if you've been got by the curse of the evil eye then? We put drop of oil in glass of water. If floats is no curse, but if sinks is curse. Cool, let's do it, said Jimmy, rushing into the kitchen to get a glass of water and a bottle of olive oil that we're meant to use on the salad, not for testing for evils. Do Callie first, said Jimmy, plonking the glass of water on the table and handing Yaya the bottle of oil. Why me? Because you're the oldest, as you're always telling everyone. Only by 17 minutes and 42 seconds. Well, you always say that counts. So, oldest first. Oh, all right then. Let's just get on with it. Anyway, everyone knows that oil always floats because it's less dense than water. I'd learned that from my super science facts book. Jimmy acted like he already knew too. Anyway, we all went very quiet and serious when Yaya poured the drop of oil into the glass. And when it stayed floating on the surface, we all said, phew. I ran to the sink and emptied the glass and filled it with fresh water again. It was Jimmy's turn now. Yaya got ready to pour in the oil once more. Jimmy did that thing he does of sticking his tongue out the side of his mouth when he's trying really hard to concentrate. He goes like this. If there's a curse for being the most annoying brother in the whole wide world, then you've already got it anyway, I said. Ha ha, very funny. Not, said Jimmy. Yaya poured the oil. It floated. We all said, phew, again. What would happen if it really did sink, though? Asked Jimmy. You have to get Greek mama to say secret prayer for you. Then, when you make like yawn, it's like curse is leaving you. Me and Jimmy both burst out laughing. Yaya looked at us with a straight face. Why you laugh? It's true. Yaya has tons of old lady tales like that. What else do the Greeks believe in then? Tell us another Halloweeny one, said Jimmy. Yaya looked round the room at all the decorations we put up for Halloween for inspiration. She pointed to the paper chain of bats hanging at the window. There's the bats for decoration. You know what is bring good luck? Is bones of bat. What? Said Jimmy. Is what Greek people believe, said Yaya. They like to carry bones in pockets or purses. Even some people do chew on bones of bat. That is to bring most good luck of all. Ew, I said, that's so gross. Are you just winding us up now, Yaya? Said Jimmy. You ask to know Greek people's story? I tell you Greek people's story, she said. Tell us another one then, said Jimmy. I don't think I can take any more, I groaned. Not to worry, Calistamo. We no need to be scared of devil. Who said anything about the devil now? I said. Because all we have to do is make like spit 3 times, like this. Ftu, ftu, ftu. Yaya demonstrated making the spitting sound. I know it sounds crazy, but I've seen old Greek people do it before. Not actual spit, but pretending to. Even in church. Especially in church, actually. Like when there's a christening. Is 3 times spit, explained Yaya. Ftu. 1 for father. Ftu. one for sun, 2, and 1 for Holy Ghost, is to keep devil away. And I thought all we needed was a pumpkin at Halloween to scare away evil spirits, I said. Jimmy thought it was hilarious. No harm in a few extra doof just to make sure, hey? And he and Yaya started going round the room, pretend spitting on the devil and any evil spirits that might be lurking under the sofa or behind the curtains. And there they are, doing just that. So what did you think of that then? Do we have a little look at your comments? We've got that's an accident waiting to happen. Chloe and Amy want to have one of these. So if you come and see me at the bookshop on the 17th, I've got one of those for you. When on the 17th, what time? I think between 2 o'clock and 4:30 in the afternoon. I'll send an invitation like I did for this YouTube broadcast. I'll send it on my WhatsApp broadcast list, and I'll put it on Facebook and Instagram as well. What else? If you need a reminder, I'm Ardia. Yeah, I know you are now, Ardia. You've been supporting us really well. Someone said, I just realised there's a person behind Zoe. That's Yaya. Give him a wave again. That's my mum, Kula. She's the Yaya. She's Yaya to my niece and nephews. And the Coles have said, it's her mum. And Ardia says he's brave like Jimmy. I bet you are. Will Jimmy's float or Callie's? Thankfully, there was no real evil in the story, so there was no sinking oil. He will be cursed. Yeah, you'd think Jimmy's might sink, but luckily he was safe. And we got lots of laughter emojis, so that looks like you found it funny. I'm pleased. And it's strange, we say. It is a bit strange. Callie and Jimmy, there are some strangenesses about them, you know, because nobody's that normal in real life, are they? Everybody has little quirks, and Yaya certainly are very quirky. Maria enjoyed the story, and so did Priyesh. And Manat's asking about the bookshop again. Don't worry, Manat, I'm going to send your mum a proper invitation with all the details. And Ella's out there. Hi, Ella. Give us a wave. And Ella and Yaya's saying hi to you. Kula's saying hi. So Ella, and it looks like your dad said you enjoyed the story, Ella. I can't wait to get you the whole book so you can enjoy all the stories. And Ardia, sorry, I'm calling you a he, Ardia. You're a girl. I'm very sorry. I hope when lockdown's over, we can see each other a lot more for real. It's nice. I've just started to come and visit schools again. Hounslow Town I've visited recently. That's where Maria's from. So if you like me to visit your school, tell your teachers to get in touch. Priyesh wants the book now. Well, I think if you order it on somewhere like Amazon Prime, you will get it by tomorrow or the day after. Hive Bookshop is a really nice one. I like to use hive.co.uk to order books, because then at the end you can donate to your favourite local bookshop. So it's a really nice way of supporting local bookshops too. It's not too far away, your school, Manna. I can travel to your school. Don't worry, I'll get on the train. Quite happy to do that. And Dardia's at Isleworth Town. I'm very happy to come to Isleworth Town. That's just down the road from me, isn't it? So there we go. That's a little bit about Callie and Jimmy. Thank you for coming to celebrate the launch of Twintastic. If anyone would like to make any last comments before we say goodbye, or any last questions, tap away in the chat box now. Otherwise, keep in touch with me through my website, zoeantoniades.com. You can email me messages through my website. You can also find me on Instagram. You can send me messages on Instagram if you've got any questions. I'm really pleased to see how many of you are saying things like you can't wait to read the book. That's why I wrote it, so that people can enjoy stories, because when I was a child, I wanted to I enjoyed stories so much. So I'm just happy to share the enjoyment of books and stories with you now as a writer. So Dominic and my sister's family saying bye-bye. And I'm going to say a big bye-bye and a big heart and a big smiley face to all of you. I'm especially excited that my cousin Lena joined me from Cyprus. I think that was my furthest away connection with this one, and I'm so glad that you enjoy the book. So nice to see my Murphin friends there. I'm so happy to see you, and I miss you all, and my lovely friends Lisa Freeman and her children Millie and Fred and Andy. So nice to have you join me. I hope to see you again soon. If you're a subscriber, you should get notifications the next time I'm doing anything like this, and I'll let you know when I'm at the bookshop. There's also going to be a creative writing workshop in the Easter holidays on the 11th and 12th of September. I'll send you a notice about that. That will be a Zoom workshop, and you can help make up stories together with me about Callie and Jimmy. So if you'd like to do some creative writing with me in the holidays, look out for that invitation as well. So until then, hope to see you at the Alligator's Mouth or next time we're on Zoom or YouTube. And keep in touch, send me your messages, enjoy the books, write a review for the books as well. I can see what you think. You can write a review on Amazon or on lots of different review sites like Goodreads. And yes, Priyesh, there will be another book. There'll be a third book, Twins Together, coming out January in 2020. What are we now? 2022. That's already been written. At the moment, Katie Keir is doing the illustrations for that. So thank you, everyone, for coming. A big goodbye. Lots of love to you all. Bye from Yaya in the background there. Wishing you all very happy Easter, and enjoy the sunshine and the springtime. And see you all again very, very soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.